local server.
Yeah, welcome to the local server. I'm Carlos.
I'm Abe.
I'm Tyler.
I'm Eric.
All right. Before we start, I think I should mention too about the lack of videos. I haven't been uploading any Let's Plays, but I know we all talked about this.
Yeah.
There's kind of no point in releasing all this content we had, which was before we bought these two mics. We bought.
Yeah, everything else was like recorded on a potato and a Rock Band mic. So
yeah, we literally recorded off a Guitar Hero World Tour microphone, and it's just the quality was so bad. And they're good content. Like it's pretty heartbreaking.
Because like
not releasing those because some of them were really good memories. Like we recorded Trine. That's like 3 hours.
Yeah, I think we should have fucking saved Trine.
But we'll definitely record Trine with the new mics and see.
Yeah, we'll finish the game with the new mics. Just people, if you don't watch the old shitty quality ones, and they pick up with the new quality ones, like what the fuck is coming as it came to the last level? Okay, whatever.
Yeah, so to our two viewers that have been watching our Trine
to be
videos.
fair, we could start the game over and get to where we were in the recording.
Guess we could.
Is it only 3 people or is this multiple?
Is it 3 people?
Hence the try.
Trine. Trine. It's not called Quarrying. Yeah, the stretch. I'm sorry.
Do you guys want to talk about that? We guys have Trine so far?
No. Yeah.
We can always do a thing. I don't mind. I'll watch. Give some feedback or fun times.
Yeah.
Or
Honestly, I
drink
wouldn't
more.
mind switching off. You fit the wizard more than I do. Fucking can't make a box.
Yeah, it's a side scroller puzzler. I don't know if you've seen us.
Trine was a lot of fun. Which
I
more games are like
saw
Trine?
a couple minute clips. It looked cool. Like, I mean, I didn't see everything.
Cool.
But
This guy doesn't
I'm
watch our own
down for,
content.
A rerun.
Can't make it ourselves to watch their fucking videos.
Yeah, no, I like the game so far. It's hard, which I thought it was gonna be easy, but it's not.
Yeah.
The thing I like most about it, I think, is that you have to rely on each other. Like, there's certain parts where I need Tyler, Tyler needs you, you need me.
Really? I don't feel like the warrior does anything. Other than just carry boxes.
Dude, there are times where you have to block fireballs for us, but you never do.
That's true.
From what I hear, man, I'm gonna be making squares, so it's all right.
Yeah, squares and lines. That's pretty much all you do. Those lines are deadly, though.
That's all the wizard's good for.
That's literally all he's good for.
Make shapes. Cool.
Yeah.
And Tyler Santer.
It's weird because like I can't imagine it being played one player. It's like how do you switch between the 3 people? It's like it should be meant for 3 people. At the same
it's
time.
kind of pointless. One player.
It would be boring, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It'd be super fucking boring.
I wonder how the other Trine games are. I think
There are other ones?
yeah. There's came out the sequel in 2011, and then
When did this game come out?
I don't know. I know Trine 3 came out in 2015.
There's a Trine 3?
Yeah, there's a Trine 3. Trine 2
Wow.
got a 10 from I don't know what website, but it's like
3 players?
Averagely, it's like 8. Yeah, it's still 3. It's the same 3 people.
Dude, let's play that
Night
shit.
Wizard and Archer. And then Trine 3 got like a really low score though. But for mod, I seen it looks beautiful. It's like it's on Steam only, I think.
Oh, that sucks.
And they kind of try to transfer it into the 3D world. So like it'll be 2D stuff, but then like once you go to a certain room, it will change angle and it'll make it look 3D. So I don't know how they're gonna implement that with
sounds a little
3 players. And from what I saw, yeah, they tried making it way too easy. Like I think I don't know if I'm wrong, but I think the wizard can summon a cube right away instead of having to draw. And I feel like that takes out the whole point of the game.
Well, to be fair, drawing the cube was a fucking
But I
pain
think
in
that's
the
what's kind of
ass on the
fun about
controller.
it.
Yeah,
Especially if you're
fun.
like and enemies are attacking you, it's kind of cool. It makes it more intense.
Yeah, in a way. But if an enemy's attacking you, I'm just gonna draw a line instead.
I don't know. I just watched one gameplay video and I haven't really watched the rest. But from what I've seen, it has really good graphics.
Yeah, it's PC exclusive.
I believe it's PC exclusive. Does it check? I don't know.
Does it? How does it play? Do we connect through phone again, or we do?
No,
that's
it's
not
not the
the
same.
That's not
It's,
an alter, but-
it was just like a PS4 game you played on the controller.
So if we did the Trine thing, everyone would have to have their own separate thing going on, like their own screen and whatnot.
No. It's on the same screen. It's all local play.
So you just connect the control. And
Yeah.
Yeah, right now we're playing it off the PlayStation now, so we're using 3 PS4 controllers, and
gotcha.
it kind of does get the camera angle like kind of off because if someone travels too far, it tries to zoom out.
Oh yeah,
It's one of those games.
It puts
where-
everyone like super mini.
Yeah.
And it focuses on the one that's like usually
person
staying
that's
behind.
walking.
Yeah,
too
what I
much.
like calls like there's
Yeah, I
an
hate
active
that
player.
shit.
So like if all of us are standing still, like say Ibrahim kind of walks off, the camera will focus on him, and then us two, if we're two like kind of off the side, it'll transport us automatically next to him. We try to work around that. We tried
we
glitching.
tried glitching a game, or not glitching, but taking advantage of that at one point. Didn't work out.
It did, but we got past that elevator part.
No, because there was a
Yeah.
part where we were trying to make it so that like I got on your guys' side because I had just revived, and I couldn't get on your guys' side no matter how much you moved. In fact, it would always spawn you guys to me even though I wasn't moving.
Yeah, I think it's because we all tried moving around, scurrying everywhere. But I know we passed the elevator part specifically by using that mechanic, I guess.
Yeah.
But
It's
it's cool.
exploit, if you will.
But yeah, back to what Eric was saying about the whole controller. We were playing Aeon Alter. We haven't really seen any videos
That's
on
what that
that.
was, yeah.
But I don't know.
That was fun.
So
I think it was a great idea. I think a lot more games should be released like that.
I've only played one, and it was like a party phone game. Like everyone submits their answers anonymously,
That's better, though, like-
on the phone.
Because that can be more than 4 people.
Yeah, it was like up to 8.
But you
Yeah.
can't. It's not like Aeon Alter where you could play it on the screen.
No, you
I
just use your
believe
phone as like
the
an
one that
input.
you're talking about is you don't know Jack or it's one of the Jackbox parties.
There's a
the
lot of them,
Jackbox.
man.
For
Was
future
that it?
reference, that's actually one of the things we should do.
Yeah, that's one of the
full
things that I
let's
wanted. That's one of the things that I wanted to.
But we play it on our phones though.
Yeah,
No.
well, we submit answers on our phones and the questions on the screen.
Yeah, it's basically like the Aeon Alter game where like everything is centralized on the screen and we do everything through the phone. But it's less like it's not anything fighting. It's more of like it's a party game you
It's
play
all-
and it's
Kind
all
of like
like
Jeopardy or something.
Kind of like
Yeah.
Cards Against
No.
Humanity.
something
yeah,
like that.
it's
Yeah,
like that, but it's like localized on the screen. And
like on the
everyone-
screen, it'll tell you like, oh, draw this, and we'll all anonymously submit our drawings.
Yeah.
And then whoever gets the best one, you upvote that, and then
Usually it's like answers to questions.
yeah,
and stuff
usually
like
it's like answer a question, and whoever like
and of course the most
It'll-
racist and fucked up ones always win.
yeah.
Which is why I don't think we should play it.
Actually, there is we can always do a Cards Against Humanity. A couple of my buddies are playing. We can do it online, all through laptops, and we can centralize it on his computer hooked up to the TV. And it was actually pretty fun. It had all the you could include all the expansions. Everything was like free.
Cards
It was
Against
really
Humanity on the screen.
cool. On the screen. Yeah.
I'm down for that.
At first, I was against that because I feel like with the physical cards, it'd just be more fun. I don't know, just because I feel like it's more party game. But yeah, I mean,
Well, how it actually works is like they'll give you the question so that one person, it works just like the normal game. You have the one question and then it sticks like your cards underneath, so you pick and no one sees each other's screen really, and like
So you
it
play on the
works
phones like that? Same way?
No. It's all based off laptop. Like we could literally just connect through Discord and like follow the link, and you just go on your laptop, and we can all do it, and we can leave like his screen up or something.
I know what you're talking about.
That'd be a lot harder
Yeah.
with our mic setup though. We can't put 2 fucking consoles right here.
yeah. Right now we have 3 mics, and 2 of us are sharing 1 mic.
That's Tyler and I can share because we both have laptops. We just kind of like tweak the laptop to the side.
If we
guess
do
that works.
Because I mean, it's not like we're gonna be looking on each other's screens. Like you still have to pick the answers. They get read out loud no matter what.
Speaking of which, when are you gonna buy your new laptop?
Probably mid-May.
Mid-May.
Yeah, when all the sales start happening.
When we do those videos, I know we talked about like I want to do recording our like faces or our reactions to those games too as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Just
Wait.
because like Aeon Alter, like a lot of times we're doing stuff on our phones, and like that's a great game as an RPG, but like a lot of times we're looking at the statistics and leveling up, and you don't see anything on the screen. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just us
a
standing
top-down character.
Yeah, that's very true.
I feel like there's something better for the audience to look at, which is
You know, if we go back, honestly, I feel like we should do a rerun of like Aeon Alter as much as
like
someone
a-
didn't
with like a
like
camera.
reading the stuff out loud.
Good.
It was, I mean, it was fun for what it was. Like we could always do
It's
the
different.
combat. Like the combat parts, it wasn't bad. It had some challenges.
The
We can-
combat parts reminded me somewhat of Fire Emblem, just because it was turn-based and like part strategy.
Divinity.
That's fun. Yeah. I
kind of like
it.
Divinity, yeah.
Yeah.
But
The main
but I mean,
What's
the
Divinity?
main thing I didn't like about the game was at the end when we were playing, it was just I think 30 minutes of us going back and forth trying to find the objective.
Yeah,
we
that
could
was
not find out
really
what to do.
annoying.
Especially there's no sprint option. It's just horrible.
Yeah, and then you're just like, okay, put on follow, fall asleep. Someone will find it. Doesn't have to be me. Let somebody else be the hero.
But it's a cool game. Like it's really gets you into that world. That you if we play our roles right,
Yeah.
and if we actually
There are times where like it confused me mainly because there was a skill that what's his name, Marcus has, where it's supposed to be a taunt, and it taunts everyone around, but you have to use it on an ally, and it's supposed to take aggro from him. But whenever I used it on an ally, they would always attack someone else, which was kind of stupid.
Yeah, and it's just
Like, there's no real point to having a tank.
I mean, I guess you have to do that, but it's just dumb too how like when we have to level up, we gotta read the description and just
But
four of us. It gets. I mean, what else can you do?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That was a DPS that literally killed everyone I came across.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
I freaking when I get bloody or whatever, I have a skill that lets me attack 3 random targets. But when I have a certain level life, I can attack teammates too. So I just hit 3 random targets, killed 1 enemy, 2 teammates.
Yeah, Tyler got into blood rage. I was like,
I was like,
I'm redeeming.
He's like, oh.
Please no.
I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't mind going back to my Queen Moron or
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was. I don't know. I bought it off the Humble Bundle. So,
Yeah, I never got that. I should have.
Yeah, I think there's more DLC after that because of course you have to have DLC. And
Free DLC?
I don't. Or no, actually, sorry, it's not DLC. They call it episodes because now instead of DLC, there's episodes.
Oh yeah, like that fucking.
That's what you do for Telltale games.
Yeah, so say that
That's
whole Among Us
not
crap.
something you do for a game that you actually play.
Yeah, I mean, I
How
guess.
do you guys feel about DLC now? Like, I know back then we used to be when we were kids, and it was first implemented. I know we were so against it. Like, it
That's
was just
because,
stealing
like-
your money. But now that it's actual, like, it's here to stay. Do you guys still hate it, or do you guys like it now?
I like DLC because like it helps you support the developer.
I liked it a lot as a kid, but then as I grew, like when
Right.
Oblivion DLC was great.
Oh yeah, because that was downloadable content. That's like
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be.
Oblivion.
That's what
I
DLC
still,
stands for.
I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember Oblivion as the first DLC on the 360, which was I still remember. I think it was.
Shivering Isles?
Was it a saddle? No, it was like the first DLC.
Oh, the horse armor.
Was it the horse armor?
Yeah, horse
that
armor.
was the first DLC ever, and I was just like, "This is cool." And then after that, they released, I think Knights of the Order or something like that. It's like
Yeah, the Knights of the Nine.
Knights of the Nine. There you go. And I like it. It's like little missions, but I just don't like when, say, Battlefield or something, they come out with DLC on day 1 release.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That's
That's
just
stealing
selling
their
you
money.
part of the game. That there's not giving you part of the game. That's it. It's not DLC.
Yeah, that was gonna be my counter argument to DLC. Like, it just means that the main reason we hated it as kids is because we always thought like, oh, it's just because they didn't finish the game and like they wanted us to pay more for it and blah 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 blah.
No, I never thought that was good. I think that now. I think that like now is the shit that like fucked up.
I don't know.
As a kid, I was more like, oh, cool, something else to do. Like, yeah, fuck yeah. Like,
I
I
had a
beat
different-
Oblivion, and I was like, what the fuck do I
That's
do now?
how I would like it to be. It's like you finish the game, you beat it, like a few months later, you're done with the game.
Yeah.
A new mission or a new storyline pops up, and you're like, oh shit, I could go back in the game, like Fallout.
Mhm.
You know, really great DLC from what I've seen.
I mean, now that I think about it, like, what are they gonna add to Breath of the Wild? When
That is counting as DLC. Breath of the Wild is gonna be.
I know they're adding some more story, but like hard mode, honestly, should have been in the game.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of weird that you would add a hard mode as a DLC. That's
Yeah, like that should just be naturally in the game. Like hell, you can make it at like post game at least.
But at the same time,
Not
I feel like
DLC.
that's kind of like they kind of have to have something for DLC. So they're like, what can we take out and then put in later for DLC?
I don't know.
Because
It's like,
people, because it goes both ways. Like it's fucked up that people are making all this fucking DLC content or whatever, but it's our fault too because like people are demanding it. People want DLC.
I'm just talking
yeah,
about
but not
hard
on day
mode.
1. I don't want DLC straight.
Yeah, but like you'll expect it eventually. Like when fucking Fallout 4 came out, fuck, as soon as it came out, people were like, oh, it's cool. Where's the DLC? When's the DLC gonna come
Oh,
out?
did they really?
Yeah, they were hungry for that shit. And then it came out and they're like, eh. That's how I felt about the whole fucking game in general.
Fallout 3?
Fallout 4.
Oh, Fallout 4.
That's the thing I don't like. Like, I like DLC for what it is. I purchased, like, numerous content. I just like when... I like getting what you pay for, is more of it. If you're going to add
Yeah.
DLC, make the downloadable content worth buying. Because you can pay $15 for an expansion that's pretty big and be like, oh, that was well worth it. The game was fun. The DLC added more. That's exactly what it did. It added more. Not paying $15 for an extra like half hour of like, oh, let's check this little area out. It can be finished in 40 minutes. Like I think that's a little ridiculous. As much as they say it helps the developers, come on, it just seems lazy. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that helps anyone.
Good DLC is adding more to a game that's already good. Bad DLC is adding shit to a game that's already shit. You know,
Okay,
like fucking Destiny. It didn't get good until after like 4 expansions. Like, alright, finally this is a game.
The other one too is Fallout 3. A lot of people love the game, but the game literally had like the worst. It didn't even have an ending. The ending was like, hey, this section ended. Buy
Wait,
our DLC and continue it.
Fallout 3?
Yeah,
Fallout 3 ended, yeah.
Fallout 3
Your
ended.
character had a
Not
great
really.
ending.
If you think about it, the ending was like
Your
you
character
blew up
dies.
like the end.
If you
the-
choose
Wow,
that bad,
spoilers.
who the fuck's gonna play Fallout 3? Come on.
No, but
You
like
can't even
played
scope.
like
I haven't
everyone
Then play New Vegas. It's the same game but better.
everyone loved the DLC except the DLC was worth it, but then you question also why was the standard game meant to be continued through the DLC?
You
Like
know
shouldn't
what
it finish and then they add on
I don't
rather
think
than
it
like
was.
we're gonna
I think
finish
the
it
game
through
was
DLC?
made. It was good.
I think it was perfect without DLC because I
Yeah.
haven't played Fallout 3 with any DLC.
I
heard
didn't
everybody
play.
loves
I
it.
didn't play it either. I played a
You
little
know
bit
what?
of the Swamp one, but I didn't play Broken Steel, which is the continuation of.
Yeah. So I guess spoiler, you die at the end. It's like, how do you top that? But the DLC that was released, from what I remember, is like your character doesn't die, and now he goes off into the wasteland, and you can do other adventures, and that's I think that's cool. It adds on to it.
You know what? I never followed up on that. I always wanted to check. Did they add those 2 new endings to Mass Effect? For
I
DLC.
never played Mass Effect 3.
Which Mass Effect? 3?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
it
three.
was the
Three
one.
is
Three
already
was
Yeah.
off the stuff. Yeah.
No, okay, so they didn't add new endings. They added additional content to the ending.
Because
So
people
basically,
kept bitching about it, so that I make a whole new fucking ending, so people could be.
I can see why they're bitching that.
I don't know.
all
Yeah, from what I heard, it was like the same no
I
matter
saw
what you
it.
chose.
Yeah.
what
Which is,
it
that's
makes,
fair, I guess.
yeah, what it did was it didn't change the endings. It added more more description into what happened in the end versus like here it is the end. It was like here it is. This also happened. It really wasn't much of a change. It was just an addition to make.
That was free
endings.
DLC though, right?
No, that was thrown into the game free.
It was
That was
free.
not down. That
Okay,
wasn't
good.
paid.
It was an update,
content.
I guess.
Yeah,
kind
it was
of
an update. It wasn't paid content
That's
for
cool.
money.
I
because
just can't stand that. What's the word?
The new Mass Effect.
No, not the newest. I haven't played it, so I can't really talk. But
Dude, you've seen enough.
yeah, but that's just the worst bits. Like people, like you haven't actually
there's
played the game.
millions of people playing the game.
Yeah.
They all ran into some glitches, and they all compiled it into a compilation.
Yeah, like if we put a compilation of all of our Oblivion glitches, Jesus Christ, no one fucking touches that game. When you close the door and a dead body was flopping around all over the place like a fucking helicopter.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just looks gross. That's my biggest problem with Andromeda. And that one gay Krogan, I don't know what the fuck his deal is.
Yeah, I definitely don't like the engine. I don't like this fucking Sims 3 engine.
Yeah, he's got like a West Hollywood accent. Really fucking weird.
Which is
he's
also
like the
weird
chief of the
because like,
Krogans,
he's
too.
also apparently like one of the toughest. Or
He's
tougher.
like their blood chief. He's like, what are you doing here? Oh, God, I have to fucking kill you now. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's
his
like really
voice
Krogan. Yeah,
really
I don't-
threw me off.
It's like not that I'm against the Krogan, but that's against the lore.
It's not the
like,
girly
He's not even a girl.
Not
Yeah,
that
Yeah,
it's
girly.
straight up.
It's like, but Krogans by like their genetics, they're breeded to be
Like big,
soldiers, tough and like
brutal
all.
master, yeah.
They grow up having trials to fucking fight these big worms in the desert. Like,
Yeah,
why?
he's like bred for why does he have this kind of weird gay accent? It's a gay accent. There's no other way to
yeah,
say
like,
it.
oh,
Maybe he was
if
just trying to
he's-
piss
if he-
daddy off.
If he has a high pitched voice, I don't. That's understandable because he grew up like that. It's
Yeah.
just a defect or something like that. But you can't act a certain way unless I don't know how. Eric, how is like the storyline with him? Was he bred on another planet?
don't think-
He gets
Honestly,
anything.
I'm there now, but I haven't actually gotten that far. Like I haven't walked into the colony thing because what it was is it's a colony of Krogan that got kicked off like the Nexus or
for being gay.
for being a bitch. No, but no, they chose to leave or kind of got exiled, and so you have to go talk to him. I just haven't done that yet.
You see that? I would accept it if he grew up in another like different Krogan family or just a different family in general. It just makes sense.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense for this
I'm-
weird fucking yeah. I don't know.
I'm honestly always gonna have a problem with the game because if the people that animated the whole running up the stairs, and then like you know how when you run up the stairs in that game and then you go on like flat surfaces,
Oh, yeah, you look
you're
all like
still
crab
like
walk.
running with your knees bent and all weird.
They're trying to patch that out, but I don't think it's even patchable. at this
Like,
point.
Okay, but
if they can't fix that, and that's like basic, you do that every time you go upstairs Like,
honestly, you're focusing on
That's
the wrong
lazy.
thing though. Like, yes, okay, Andromeda's not the best game. Like, I've been playing it, and there is a lot of annoying stuff. A lot of it came from the developer because it was the same one as Dragon Age Inquisition. The developer focuses too much on fetch quests. Like, the story definitely comes second. The first 2 and 3 were very story driven. People said it had its flaws. Of course it did. The ending wasn't the best, but I mean, the story naturally a lot of people liked. They said the ending sucked, but the journey or story of getting there was really good. Andromeda is very mediocre in all the above. So yeah, a lot of people are focusing on the flaws, but I think it's also because it's not being carried by the story. Mass Effect 1 had a lot of flaws, but everyone loves Mass Effect 1 because it carried it through it.
That story was beautiful.
It was something that
was.
could be overlooked. The flaws can be overlooked because of what they offer. Andromeda doesn't have that to carry it, and therefore it's being looked at super heavily on the flaws because it's such a not half-assed gameplay, or not half-assed even gameplay. It's like the story doesn't, there's no drive. Like, you really don't care as much after a certain point. It's just like fetch quest,
Yeah.
grab this, grab that. That's
the main reason I'm not like giving it any chances is because I haven't played any of the Mass Effects yet, and just from seeing like everyone love Mass Effect 3 to like shitting on it on 4 is just
Well, because they made it a meme. Like,
yeah.
You can't blame fucking young
But-
kids.
But I mean,
Yeah,
that
it all
goes-
comes to those fucking shitlords
If-
who just like attack anything that even shows an ounce of weakness. You know, anything we can make fun of, we're gonna fucking.
Just look how much they attack Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls is like super heavy in its popularity, even though every generation or every game generation it has, everyone attacks the hell out of it for its flaws. Like,
But the thing I like
even
about Elder Scrolls,
Skyrim, even Skyrim, what a lot of people, it sold how much, and a lot of people to this day still love Skyrim, even though a lot will
The
argue
game's so
it's
nice
still
they
weak.
made it twice. Skyrim 2, ladies and gentlemen.
But I do.
Now
don't
with
get me
better
wrong,
water graphics.
I do
The
want
thing
to play.
PC models have had for 10 fucking years.
Don't get me
Jesus Christ.
wrong. I do want to play Mass Effects, like all of them. I want to like play them all in order and all that. But like, I might skip out on 4 just because of how bad it looks.
Well, 4
Like-
doesn't connect into the other 3. 4 is
Yeah, it's
Oh,
its own
it's totally
thing.
different.
it's a new
Yeah.
trilogy.
Okay.
It's
It
meant
takes
to be
place-
a new trilogy.
takes place during number 3, no?
It
It's-
takes place in between. Technically, it's on a whole new timeline. It's based during Mass Effect 2, I believe. They had some program called the Initiative. What it was is basically it's our equivalent to sending people up to Mars.
Mm.
There's a sending their species and ships up to like a new uncharted galaxy.
That's cool.
Basically, like, what is it, like 800 or no, it's like 600 years away, and they're all in like some kind of cryo sleep.
Cryostasis.
Yeah, and so they're meant to come out, and they charted a path towards like 4 or 5 planets that they call like their golden planets, and they're supposed to settle on them. And it's basically us looking at Mars, and it's kind of a copy off that. It's what it is, but like I said, it's not driven where it should be. There's a lot of stupid shit. The chicks don't look realistic. There's a lot of funny flaws. My friend was actually telling me the other day. We for a long time we didn't run into any flaws, and we were kind of making fun of people that made fun of it.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, he had this one character who's like running along, and he's like la da 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 da, and then it was like bam, like crab walk shit. Like, I'm gonna walk with like my legs spread, and it was like the funniest shit ever. And he's like, what the hell is this? Like, I finally ran into those flaws. Or one, he goes into like some vault, and it takes you like a couple 100 feet below the earth, and all of a sudden his fucking car follows him down, and he's like, what the shit? And I'm like, where did this come from? He's like, my car's here.
I hate game breaking shit like that. Makes me want to just like fucking throw the game away. He's like, well, yeah, I finally did the mission. Fall through the floor, and just die. I'm like, fucking A. Hate that shit.
I don't mind glitches because they make things funnier, like Oblivion, how you were saying. It
Yeah.
Fix it.
Oblivion, the glitches made that game.
It does. It's
Like when
funnier.
fucking the adoring fan would die and then come back to
wait.
life a week later. Like,
Dude.
Grand Champion, oh, just like in bed.
I remember
You're dead. No, I'm here. Let me carry your boots.
when me and Tyler used to play Oblivion, like we would watch each other play all the time, and I named my adoring fan Jack just to keep him character.
Yeah, that just
Like,
became like his name.
and that was his
in our
thing, is
group.
he would always die. And I remember when I first introduced the adoring fan to Tyler, I was like, hey, look, this is weirdo who just follows you around. He's your companion, but he always just sees you and goes, oh my god, it's you, the grand champion. and I got in a fight in the wilderness, and then there's all these like soldiers attacking me. It's like, oh shit! And then after the fight, I was like, wait, where's Jack? And I look around, I go in the river, I see Jack just
face down
in the river with arrows on his back. I was like, Jack!
It was the best thing ever. Just floating there.
And then afterwards, I think a few days later, in game when I was playing, I sleep in an inn, and I wake up and I just hear, By zero, it's the great champion of the arena. I turn around, it's Jack. I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck?
Just kill him just out of fear. It's scary, man.
Takes a couple of arrows. I'll be back later, dude.
He just came back to life. It's freaky.
He's in the water. I'm taking a rest. Hold up.
You think if a game like that came out now, do you think people would just meme the shit out of it? And
Oh, yeah.
it would be
Oh, hell
horrible?
yeah.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
in a way where like it's just no one would want to play it.
Maybe. Because there are some bad glitches in there, too.
There's a good things and bad things about making fun of a game, because it's kind of good in a sense where it gets enough publicity so people want to play it. You know, at one point I was seeing a lot of stuff of Mass Effect 4. I was like, I kind of want to play it just to see how bad it is.
Fine, right?
There's also these twins in Oblivion, I think. They're like, oh, guess which one I am, Kalorn or Malorn? And then like you look at the bottom left of your screen, and you see his name.
Oh, yeah. I
It's
forgot
like-
about those guys.
If you're gonna
Yeah.
put something like that in the game, you might as well just kind of hide
In
the
Oblivion?
name. Yeah,
But
and
also-
the
also
brothers, yeah, I forgot what their name was. They had
Kalorn or Malorn.
Yeah, there's two.
They weren't Gaylord.
You're thinking of...
Kalorn.
Oh, Gaylord.
You're thinking of the other two. The Germain brothers.
Yeah, I think
Gilbert and... fuck, I don't remember Gilbert's name. I don't remember. Gilbert and something
So
else.
they weren't companions that you can grab.
They were.
They
He's talking about these two elf companions. Gilbert and
Yeah.
the other guy were companions.
Have I ever had them?
Yeah. Gilbert.
Because I remember having those two guys that my team would, because you can have as much companions as you want, as opposed to like Fallout 3. I would have Joffrey, and then the two brothers, and then the Dorian fan. I forgot who else, and I would just switch off, which I think was cool.
Oh, going back to Mass Effect 4, the one funny thing that it got like tagged for heavily is the fucking rated R sex scene. Apparently that shit gets a little crazy. Like
Yeah.
before, the like nude scenes would be like, oh god, yes, touchy
And the camera would just
70s
kinda pan
like
out.
lingerie and like let me hug you, kiss you, I love you, and fuck me now
This guy.
kind of thing. And now all of a
Remember him?
sudden
That's
it's
the
like
brothers.
straight
Yeah,
up
that's
topless.
he's
and-
talking about two different twins.
Oh, okay, so you're showing me the
Show-
ones I already
show
know.
the-
Show
Those
me
are
the
the
ones I
show the
don't know.
twins.
I gotta look them up. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Just fucking look up Kalorn.
All right, go ahead. Wait.
twin threesome.
You're
No,
saying-
and like this one, all of a sudden they're just like straight up topless, and it's like alien sex.
And it shows like straight up nudity.
Apparently, yeah. I haven't gotten there, but yeah. And everyone's like, interesting.
This is a good game now.
How much is the game? Rolling for right now? I'll definitely try it out even.
Oh, now you want to try it?
Yeah.
I do like the song choice.
I do
choice
like
for the
lizard tits.
commercials. I'm only human.
I have to grow.
No, but yeah, I'll try Mass Effect because I do like number 1 and 2 and 3 a lot.
But yeah,
Even though I only beat number 1.
I'm actually down to play them on the show. I've never played them before.
You never beat two?
I've never played any of them.
Two is great.
Would it be a good Let's Play? I don't know.
Yeah,
think
Oblivion,
so.
Oblivion would be
You
a
guys
perfect Let's
could-
Play. Oblivion was there before Let's Play were even.
Yeah.
popular.
That's
right.
true.
We
Yeah.
should totally do Oblivion.
Even because, especially since you haven't played it, Abe.
No, I haven't. I've played. Well, I've dabbled in it, but I haven't like done anything in the game.
Yeah, it's hard to pick.
God, Oblivion's map is fucking horrible, though.
What?
How is it
great.
horrible?
Oblivion, it was like the worst one because it wouldn't. A lot of times it wouldn't centralize where your character was. Like you literally had to like scroll to find where you were. Like,
Oh, yeah, that happened.
yeah, and it was
Because
like,
it opened
really,
up the
like,
map wherever you
weird.
closed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your friend's twins?
No, that's
Nah,
the
I
one
can
thing they
find
fixed in
one, so
Skyrim. The Skyrim's map was nice. Oblivion's, it's really hard to go back, and you're like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I went from like a legit map to like a fucking third grader with crayon. Like, it's really weird.
I feel like the only
Yeah.
problem I'm gonna have with Oblivion, if we get back into it,
It's like
is
10 years old.
yeah, that and like the graphics back then were kind of.
I think
Like
it's
I said,
kinda
it
funny,
kind of
though.
gave it its, uniqueness. It's just,
Yeah.
It was goofy even at its time. It, is so
it really
kinda
was.
Yeah, I'll try
Hit
it.
someone with a hammer and they ragdoll. They're like, "Blue."
weird. That shit was great.
Random
Ragdolling
as
people.
shit.
I think that's what took out, like, it took that away in Skyrim. It felt like it was too adult.
I hated that shit in Skyrim. Whenever you killed a person, they all died the same way. They just go, oh, then turn to their left and fall down.
I just,
Oblivion, they're like, oh, they ragdoll.
like, I used to consider myself a Elder Scrolls fan because I learned all about it, and I played Morrowind, even though I didn't play Daggerfall and Arena, but
Yeah.
I didn't beat Skyrim. Like I couldn't get into it. I just couldn't.
Strangely enough, I've always I never liked those games where it's too open world, but like at the same time, I've played the new Legend of Zelda, the Breath of the Wild,
Yeah.
and
That's like completely open world.
yeah, and I love the shit out of it for some reason. Like the way it presents itself, the way it's drawn, like everything about it, it just feels right.
Because Zelda.
I don't get
People
how
love
you,
anything with Zelda.
I don't get how you
it's
like
not
Zelda,
that.
but
Could be a game about
like,
raping people.
It's all the
People
little
love it.
fanboys.
If,
No,
if,
it's not
if Link
even
was
that.
like,
Like,
You're gonna join the.
if Link,
Zelda
if the
fanboys.
purpose of Breath of the Wild is Link being a high school shooter, people would still love the game because it got the Zelda name.
Like, oh, his weapons are so amazing. This
Well, my only
environment is
gripe
so
about the
beautiful.
game is that your guns break after killing about 15 students. But
Yeah, don't get me started on Breath of the Wild.
another day, maybe.
No, I don't know. There was so much stuff I wanted to say about Breath of the Wild, but it was just at the end of the day.
Again,
just,
you haven't played it.
yeah, I know. I haven't played it. That's the thing. Well, I did play it, and I watched enough Let's Plays.
I thought you said you weren't gonna spoil yourself with it.
Yeah, but how can you stray away from it?
Yeah, it's
Really?
fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
It is everywhere. And then
Close my eyes and I see Breath of the Wild.
You spoil it for me. You come in with your Wiimote or your Wii
Wii U.
controller. and
I
you're
didn't
showing
show
us-
you any cutscenes though. I didn't show you the only thing I showed you was
story
one
mode is
fight.
something different. Like, okay, I understand story mode, but I'm just talking about like the actual gameplay.
Oh, the gameplay is pretty simple, actually. Like it's not,
There you go. It's
yeah.
like why people try so hard to defend the game is like the gameplay's simple, but what? It's bad. Like for
It's
me,
not
like
bad.
I
It's
also-
not in any way bad. It's like Dark Souls, if anything. It's got your regular attacks. It's got your charge attacks. Like,
So you're telling me when you started the game you didn't have any trouble fighting or anything?
oh hell no! I had trouble mainly because I never touched the Wii.
That's why exactly. Well,
Like if it were on an Xbox controller, you'd know it like that.
before people hate
I
us, let me-
guarantee you.
It's
Yes.
because it's a Zelda game. Controls are completely backwards from any other Zelda game out
No.
there. Yeah, they are.
Z targeting is still a thing.
Yeah, but is
Like-
rolling still a thing?
No, it's not. That's
Exactly.
the only thing that's
is,
different.
Is the bow still a thing? No, it's like it's the same button as this. You don't go into your inventory and pick your bow and equip this. Like you got to hold down this button and switch to that and do this. It's just like
Yeah, before people start raging that we hate Zelda, like I love Zelda. I was a fan. My top 2 favorite games in the world are Majora's Mask, and then first and then second is Ocarina of Time.
mine's Wind
Like-
Waker. Not my favorite game, but it's up there.
Yeah, my top.
Hey, it might just be. I don't know.
Yeah, I love
Wind
Zelda.
Waker.
Like I played all their games, and I like that they're changing things. As a kid, I remember when I was playing these games, it's like I want the Zelda universe is so amazing. They should expand on it and change up the gameplay, and they did. They made Breath of the Wild. That's exactly what I wanted as a kid. Is like, but now that I see, it's like, I think the main gripe I have and what people need to understand is that it's been done before. That's what it is, and people are putting it on a pedestal. And I don't mind that because I do think it deserves 10 out of 10. I do think, even if the frame rate drops are a big issue, because I've been playing the game and I know there's big frame
I
drop.
told you that was a problem.
Yeah, frame rate drops are just a big issue, but I still think it's perfect for what they try to do. But I think people are saying, like, the big tagline, it's a breath of fresh air. You know, it's totally different. It's a game. They're celebrating a game that makes you do nothing. Like, it's like, oh, it doesn't tell you to do nothing, and I hate that.
Yeah,
So many
it's like
games.
so many fucking games. Of fucking Morrowind. How old is Morrowind? That's like the ultimate. You
You
get
don't
off a
have- you
boat
could do
and you're in a
whatever you
town
want.
like.
You don't
Oh,
have to do
shit.
anything.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, just because it's
Which
branded
also Morrowind
Zelda.
got like a 9.5 when it came out. Which I don't think it would do so well today. Because it's not Zelda.
Exactly.
It doesn't have a
because it's
fucking
branded
name.
as Zelda, and that's what I don't like. So I'm not necessarily mad at Zelda, and I don't hate the game. I'm just disappointed that people aren't putting other games into account, or like they're
Yeah.
not.
I don't know. Didn't Oblivion get a pretty high score? And
They all did.
They all did.
They all
They all did, but it's just
And
like
that's all because they're the open world games.
I
that
guess
they
it's
are.
just probably true. Like it's just because the way media is now is like they're trying out new games, so it's the new Oblivion.
what they're
which I don't
doing.
mind.
What they're doing is they're praising Zelda for stepping out of their comfort
Zelda,
zone.
which
Yeah.
that I don't mind. That's a good.
That's
reason.
exactly what's going
Yeah,
on.
the opposite. Like I don't want to do the same 4 dungeons over and over again. I just miss items. I want the hookshot back. You benefit so much from the hookshot in this fucking game.
Yeah, I could see them. I can actually see them adding a hookshot.
How
into
cool
this
would it be
game.
to have the 2 hookshots from Twilight Princess
The
and just be
claw shots?
fucking climbing on mountains?
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
That'd be fucking rad.
And then going back to the control scheme, like I know I was talking to Tyler earlier today. I was saying like I tried the game, and the first thing I noticed is the control scheme. I just don't like it. It's like I want to roll so badly, and you're telling me like, oh, you don't need to roll. You kind of do.
You don't.
I'm fighting a boss, and I want to roll.
If you Z target, you get something that replaces your roll, which is the side jumps and backflips. Those are the only things that you need.
Here's the problem with that. Because the way the Wii controller is, which I guess I can't really blame Zelda for, but also I kind of want to.
You're playing on the Wii U, not the Switch. Yeah, but it's the same controls.
Yeah, basically. I'm playing on the Wii U, and like I want to press Alt to target. What do? I take out my fucking bomb. I'm like, oh shit, okay, let me throw it. I take out my bow and arrow, and I shoot an arrow. And I'm like, oh my god.
It's the bottom left.
The same way.
That's like, all right, Z target. Fingers getting
shit,
mixed
wait,
up.
I pulled out my sword. All right, how did that go? Fuck, I'm throwing my sword. Fuck. How do I roll? Jump on my shield, skate away.
The reason you don't need a roll in this game is because they replaced rolling with sprinting. That's it. You don't need to roll because your movement option in the old Zelda was rolling, right?
Could you sprint in
this Zelda? It's sprinting.
Could you sprint in Skyward Sword?
You could.
Yeah, that's probably why everyone hated it.
I like Skyward Sword. I think Skyward Sword was really good. Like, I love the story. I love the gameplay. I know some people didn't like the whole you switch with the Wiimote.
I liked it.
Couldn't handle
just
that.
I didn't own a nunchuck. I was borrowing my friend Andy's, and he wanted it back. So after that, I couldn't play. I got up to the Sand Temple, and that was it.
You can use the controller or anything. You can.
No, you can't use the Pro Controller because fuck us, right?
Yeah.
Gotta use the fucking bullshit out.
Stupid.
Pushing controls because
Yeah, you had to play. You had to play
because nothing takes you out of the game more than swinging around a fucking piece of plastic like a jackass.
I was just saying.
Hey guys, I'm playing Zelda.
No, but
it's like a regular ass controller, man. That's all I want.
But yeah, people are saying Breath of the Wild is great because it's a game that decided to not focus on objectives and not focus on story. But it's like you don't have to do that. You don't that's the way consumers are and gamers are nowadays. It's like you have to be. They have to follow the game's story. They have to follow what the developers tell you to do. Mm-hmm. And literally here the developers telling you don't have to do anything. Yeah. It's like why? Because for example, right now I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn. Mm-hmm. It's an amazing game and it's a smaller world, but the landscape is so beautiful. It's like everything is so gorgeous. And the first thing I do is okay, this game is good. What am I going to do? I want to immerse myself more in the game. So then I go into settings and I turn off my HUD completely. So I have no HUD, and then I put the setting on hard mode. Mm-hmm. So I die pretty much in one hit. And then I refuse to look at the map. So I'm looking I'm going to sound dumb right now, but when I look, when I want to go to a certain place and they tell me I go on top of a mountain, I memorize the landscape where I'm at. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go over there. And I have to remember just based on memory. Yeah. And it just puts me so much more into the game. And basically what I'm trying to get is I feel like everybody could do that. You don't have to have the developer tell you to do that to get into the game. And now I just feel like I'm a character in this world who's hunting, and I have to hunt for a boar to make a potion and try to heal myself. It feels amazing to me now. I know if I played the original way with the way the developer told me to, I would hate the game because it's more action packed than it's supposed to be. But now that I took away the HUD, I took away just everything, I just feel more better.
You can turn off the HUD in Zelda.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to get at is just people like the game because the developers told them that you don't have to do. You could do whatever you want. It's you can do whatever you want in any game.
Like I said, I think the reason it's getting the praise it gets is because they're stepping out of their comfort zone. They're not doing the usual
that's what I'm saying. But now that they did that, they should play other games and do the same thing. They should play Horizon Dawn and play it like Breath of the Wild. They should just explore the world. They should play a different game, turn off the HUD, make it on hard, and just try to survive. And they'll enjoy the game 10 times more, just like they did with Breath of the Wild.
So my biggest gripe about Breath of the Wild isn't that it's too different from a Zelda game, or it's too this or it's too that. It's taking this RPG feel that these games like Morrowind, Skyrim, Oblivion all had, or Fallout, New Vegas, and Fallout 3 had, and it's putting it to this character who we already know and we already like and who already has a story. We already know where the story is going to go. It's the same thing every Zelda game. Show up, save the girl, beat the bad guy. You're not making your own story in Breath of the Wild. The story's already there. You have to unlock it. Yeah. So, and you can't make your own. You make your own story in games like Oblivion and Skyrim. In Morrowind, you drop you off what do I do? I don't know. Go figure it out. You're in this town.
They literally tell you don't do anything. Okay, and now they're saying Breath of the Wild does that as well. But let me tell you, the first thing I do with Breath of the Wild, what I say, you should go here. Hey, Link, you should go here with your fucking tablet that you have. I was like, how can I survive in the... First off, that's another thing. Side note, how am I supposed to survive in the wilderness and feel immersed in a game when I have a fucking Android Samsung Galaxy tablet and I can pull out a magnet and start lifting up rocks and I could create icicles that I could climb on?
How those are considered your spells, basically.
Yeah, but they give it to you in the first 13 seconds of the game.
But then
that's the tutorials
That's for
unlocking
your
all these
puzzle
abilities.
solving.
yeah, but they advertise themselves as you could do whatever you want. But right when I walk out of the cave, it's like, hey, Link, go over here. Hey, Link, you should go over here. Oh, look, there's Ganon's castle. You want to go to that place, don't you? My two options are or yes, I want to go. I put ... No, you don't even have to tell me. I already know you want to go to Ganon's castle. Like, I thought you told me I could do whatever I want.
It's Fallout 4 all over again. When I walked up to fucking Diamond City and my 3 options were like, hey, what are you doing here? I'm looking for my son. I'm looking for someone. Or my business is my own. Okay, fine. I'm looking for someone. I'm looking for my son. I'm like, God damn it. I fucking hate this game.
It's like that. I think that's what makes me mad at them too. Is they advertise themselves as like this thing they're not. Like they.
Yeah, it's total false advertisement. Total like, oh, you have a bunch of options, but you don't.
Yeah, we talked about this too. The fucking voice acting. They said.
Voice acting, yeah.
They said
one thing.
The first thing they said is like, this is the first voiced game.
Fully voiced Zelda game.
Old
Fully
man,
voiced means voiced throughout.
You see,
That's the definition of fully.
did Oblivion advertise it? Did Skyrim advertise it? I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah, I don't think that was their selling point.
And then plus you go down there and like, or you wake up as Link and first thing you hear is Link. Okay, that's a voice. You go down to the old man. It's just straight up same old Zelda game. It's like, which I don't mind, but you shouldn't advertise yourself as a fully voiced game.
Yeah, and you can't even make the excuse like, oh, there are too many NPCs to fully voice act them all. Bullshit. Even though Oblivion and Skyrim only had like maybe 6 voice actors, everyone had all the unique dialogue. They had random generated conversations, which everyone had. Like, oh, I fought a mud crab today. Oh, blah, blah, blah. They all had that. But each person had their own personality, their own shit to do, their own life to live. So they had this fully voice acted dialogue. It was just meant for this character. And I'm sure they are way fucking more than Barren Wasteland Breath of the Wild has.
Just a sparse.
It took me like 16 minutes to finally find another person. I was like, oh, thank God. Please talk to me. He's like, mind if I fucking rip you off for these arrows? 5 is 30. 1 is 10.
Yeah, at first I
Fuck you,
thought
Beetle.
I thought it would have been okay with that. I thought it would have been okay with a world where you're by yourself. But now, like, I'm playing Breath of the Wild and there's no one there. It just feels so lonely.
Fucking Fallout had more people in it. That was literally Wasteland.
And another thing too that they advertised. Well, I read a review actually online. I don't remember the author's name, but he said that what made Breath of the Wild so good is it doesn't have like, you know, that Ubisoft style to it. You know, where like Eric was explaining, you know, what all games have nowadays with like Dragon Age Inquisition. You gotta go to this tower, right? You gotta go to this location to unlock stuff, or you know, you just gotta fill up the map. You remember how we were talking about that?
Yeah, but I mean, those kind of games, it's good and bad. Like I love my curiosity. I have like OCD when it comes to like filling out those kind of maps, and like I love it, to be honest. But at the same time too, like some of those games sometimes too much fetch shit.
Exactly, and the review was saying, but it was Breath of the Wild is good because it's one of those games that don't have that. You don't have to go around the map unlocking stuff. Sheikah Towers. Sheikah Towers. You have to fucking climb on top of a Sheikah Tower to climb up and reveal the rest of the...
it's not something that you need to do.
But it's like...
But then what else is there to do?
Ubisoft's games are the same way. You don't have to do that, but you kind of, with OCD, you kind of have to do it. Yeah. And it's like, you got to go up to the top of the Sheikah Tower. That's not Ubisoft style. I don't know what it is. Like, you have to do it.
Like, they think they added more things by giving you these 4 spells or whatever in the very beginning of the game. You have a magnetism, stasis, this and that, which is cool for puzzle solving, whatever. But the old Zelda games, they give you like 20 something items, maybe, I don't know, 15 items, and they had to do them for each. You need this item to complete each dungeon or temple or whatever. But they went about it all wrong. They give you the item in the temple you're supposed to beat. That's stupid. What you should do is go outside and explore and look, like in Breath of the Wild status, go to different places, buy this item, and cool, what do I do with it? And then eventually stumble across the dungeon. Like, shit, what I do? Oh, maybe I should try out that big-ass hammer I got to try and hammer in these pegs. And they do it, and unlocks it. They're like, oh, shit, this is it. This is what I was meant to find or do or something, you know? They really dropped the ball on that.
So what happens when... The thing, though, that I disagree about that is once you see like once you play through Breath of the Wild, you'll realize that it's a huge fucking map. Like, it is massive. And if you're missing one item that you need to get through something, good luck finding it.
But then
That's
there's
their fault.
nothing
Make
wrong
a smaller
with that.
map
Like,
and make it not so
Don't make
empty.
a smaller map.
Yeah, make
No.
a smaller map with more, put more shit in it.
it,
Make dialogue important. Make people like talk. Oh, I think I saw something like this over this in this dungeon.
yeah, it's true. I mean, like, I'm not saying filler, but
Give
fill
reasons for
in the
character
blanks
dialogue.
that like could.
They
lead to
already
it.
did that with what's it called? It's the Korok seeds and the temples and everything.
Yeah, and how many of those are fucking in the game? Like 999.
But that's
It's
why it's stuff
impossible
you
to
gotta
find, and
collect.
they're useless.
It's stuff you gotta do.
It's not something that you have to do. Like,
It's
I mean-
busy work. That's it.
Hey,
If you
busy
wanna-
work, there you go.
if
That's a
wanna
better way to
100%
explain
the
it.
game,
There you go.
yeah.
it's what?
If you want to 100% the game, then it's like you have to do it.
Which is not a bad thing. Like I'm saying, I think the game is great, but I just hate that people are advertising it as an amazing game that's never been done before. That's what I'm saying. I still, like, before we get a whole bunch of hate comments, it's like I still think it's a 10 out of 10. It's a great game, but I don't think it should be put on a pedestal where it's like it's this new game that is so different from all the other games. It's like it's not. It's,
Yeah, I
they
think
just perfected it.
it
Yes,
should
it did.
definitely be looked at as like, oh, they're just taking a step in the right direction. That's about it. That's all I can see it as. It's just like good. It's an improvement. I mean, to an extent, it's not the same repetitive ass dungeon, same fucking thing over and over again. Like,
That's
go
what
to
I'm-
dungeon, get an item, beat the dungeon. Go to dungeon, get an item, beat the dungeon. You know, that's kind of
Yeah, I know. That's what I know. That I said I wanted Zelda to change their direction and stuff, but I do miss that playing Breath of the Wild. The dungeons are so easy now. It's not even, you can't even consider it a dungeon.
Yeah.
You go underground. It takes a total of 5 minutes, and I know they have the 4 guardians or whatever, and their dungeons are
Yeah.
a little bit harder. But are they really that hard? Like it's still not as crazy as.
Yeah, you already know how to beat it. It's one of these 4 things I have right here. It's the tablet. I know that. It's the key to everything.
Yeah.
It just takes time. That's it. It just takes time to figure it out. There's
Well,
no questing. There's no questing for anything
That's what made Zelda.
Honestly,
except for harps, and that's
And
it.
that's what I'm getting at. That's what made Zelda was the dungeons, and like it had its own niche. And it's like now they even advertised that at one point. It's like we're basically making a Skyrim like game. You could play a game like that. It's called Skyrim.
Yeah.
my only gripe with the game is the breakable weapons. That's it.
Oh, that's
Like,
another thing.
I didn't mind it too much. I really didn't.
honestly, like, give us more permanent weapons, if anything.
That's
Like,
true. I do like because I'm more of a swords guy. Like I love. If I imagine my character or me in medieval times, I would have a sword and arrows. And Zelda, you can't do that because I'll use a sword that I really like. I don't know what the sword is called. The first rusty sword you get.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, like
The
I like
grungy
that.
Avenger sword. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a really grungy sword, and I play it. Breaks. It's like, okay, what I have in my inventory? A fucking skeleton arm. So I gotta fucking use that.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's most of my inventory is 3 skeleton arms. I'm just beating people off with, literally.
And then and I can't be that guy I want to be because I'm roaming around in the
Yeah.
world, but I have to have the skeleton arm on my back because I don't want to break my sword.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, what they could have done was make it so that, like, the weapons that you get from certain, like, tribes, like, you know how the Gorons give you a weapon, the Zorans give you a weapon, the fucking
The Rito and all that. Yeah.
Gerudo,
Yeah.
yeah, they give you a weapon. Like, make those permanent at least.
Yeah, at least those. And the Master Sword. Come
Yeah,
on.
and the
Breakable
Master
Master
Sword.
Sword. Get my
Well,
fucking ass.
I mean, like, it's okay that they run out, honestly, but if they break, I don't want to fucking give up a diamond and 3,000 rupees just to fix it.
A breakable Master Sword is fucking retarded.
So
It's like
you can break it
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's not broken. It just doesn't work for the time being
until.
like a day in game,
Oh, that's not that big of a.
which is
deal.
like 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's not a big deal.
That's
Just
Dang.
curious,
That's true.
like, how do you think it would have changed the game itself if they would have added some slightly, like, let's just say Dark Souls type of stuff in?
Like what?
Like, we were talking about one of the things was missing items. Like, they basically give you everything you need, and you're like, just go do it, figure it out, whatever.
Every weapon is as pointless as the last. Even the so-called great legendary weapons are just breakable pieces of crap. You can find something better by just by grinding.
Like,
This
okay,
is gonna break anyway. Might as well have 3 of
If-
one decent weapon
if
and
you
one
went
good weapon.
Dark
you know?
Souls, we were talking about, or one of the things Tyler mentioned was how, like, the old Zelda games was, okay, we'll give you an item, you go do this dungeon with that item, there you go. And then he said how they could fix it is, what if they had you, like, they made you explore the world, you had to talk to people, you had to gain some clues to where it was. It's similar to Dark Souls. Like, there are times you literally pick up items and you have no idea what they do. Like, you legit have to figure it out through either context, clues, something. Or like, how do you think it would have affected the game if they changed that? They do, but I mean, like, I don't know. At times I agree. Like, the world feels so sparse. There's like, it seems like there are times that stuff's missing. It's more of like filler that like you need to cross this landscape. Ta-da! It's super open. Do whatever the hell you want. But at the same time, like, what if? I get they emphasize do whatever you want. You don't have to do it. You can do it if you choose. But like sometimes you're like watching you guys play. I'm like sometimes what is there to do? Like it just seems like your whole point is just to get from point A to point B and cross this land. Yeah, it's a huge fucking map. But at the same time, like what is there sometimes? It feels like there's not enough. We don't want to say filler, but there's not enough content with it. Like the map is too big for its.
It is
Like, I get what you're saying.
It's like when
it's scaled out too.
There's this creature in the game called Lionel. He's a big ass, huge horn, 4-legged, badass monster, and he's a bitch to fight.
Is he a world boss or?
There's like 4 of them in the world. It's kind of like
there's a lot more than 4.
There's a good number of them, but they're not bountiful. There's a lot of them, but like you fight them, they're like this big pain in the ass to fight, and there's like silver ones which are even worse. But anyway, you fight them and then you'll get one of their weapons. It's like this really bitchin' ass weapon. It's like cool, it's so cool, yeah, get it, and then it fucking breaks. It's like, why did I even go through that? Why did I suffer so much for this breakable piece of shit? In Ocarina of Time, you had the Big Goron sword, which was fucking awesome. It was this huge ass long sword. You had to bust your ass to get, and then it breaks, and you're like, well, fuck. That's it.
Like, no, there's a way to get it permanent.
No, I'm saying if it was the case, like there is a way that you have to run through it again, get a real version. But what if that one broke?
Yeah.
Then no one would ever fucking do that quest again.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but with this game, it's like, oh, they got. Fight a Lionel, break a weapon. Fight a Lionel, break a weapon. It's like no one's.
It's not worth it. It's not worth losing all your inventory space.
It's not worth busting your ass that hard for something that's just not gonna last. You know.
Oh, wow. At least the weapon's cool.
It looks pretty cool. You wouldn't like it. I like it. It's like a weird axe sword.
Axe sword.
Yeah, it's like a sword. It's got like a sword handle, but like this weird kind of tomahawk head. You like their bow though. Their bow's pretty cool. It's kind of like Lurch's bow from Lord of the Rings. It's got like blades on it and shit.
I guess that's why you can hold up to like 30 something weapons. So like if you can break a few pieces of shit to get like a really awesome piece of shit that's gonna break.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, going back to what Eric was saying, like
it's all just disposable, man.
Like the world's, it may be too big, but I don't think a world could be too big. Like that's cool, but I think the fact that there's so little.
It's quantity over quantity.
No, well, it's the fact that there's just so little people and you're just so lonely in this big world. It makes it not worth it because all I found myself doing in the tutorial level is just running around collecting mushrooms and being tired because I have to run to that mountain. Is just like really.
And there's so many different weapon types too, and each legendary hero has a different weapon type. So if they made those weapons indestructible, then everyone would have a main weapon. I prefer the axe, so I use this Goron axe. You like spear, you use the Zora spear. He likes a bow, he uses the Rito bow, and that's like their main thing because like it makes it more personal that way.
So no weapon in this game is
not a goddamn one.
Nope. But there are like enchantments to it that give it like stupid amount of durability.
Yeah. But I talk too much crap about the game, so I can't say that's a bad thing. I kind of don't mind it. I really don't. Like I don't mind that you're forced to try out all the weapons in the game. That's kind of cool.
I don't mind that I'm forced, but once I get to a point where I get a good one, I want to keep that good one. You know?
Yeah.
I want to
if
work
anything,
for something.
they could at least like add repair shops or something like that, so you don't have to lose your weapon.
Repair shop is true. Yeah. That'd be.
I can't believe they don't even have a blacksmith or repair shop.
And they do, but only for the special weapons, which is stupid. Like, you want to fix the Goron Buster or the Zora Spear? Like, bring me a diamond. Good luck finding those.
You could make the argument like, we still want the people using the same weapon to beat the game. Like, well, then nerf the weapon. Make it not as strong as, say, the Lionel weapon or some other, or the ancient weapon.
Dude, they're not strong, and they don't last any longer.
I mean, just make it weaker, but make it indestructible because that's a really good trait.
Yeah, that's what they did with the Master Sword.
But
like the Master Sword the Master Sword is weak, but it's like a permanent weapon that you can keep.
But it's not though. It can break in the middle. It
can break, but it'll recharge. Like, I don't mind that it goes away for a little bit, as long as I have a weapon. You know.
I agree with you. Yeah, that's true. Like if it's a sword that you keep with you. Even though it's the Master Sword, I really don't like how the Master Sword looks. But
I like the Master Sword. It's iconic.
Yeah, it's iconic, but it's like, I mean, I don't know, I'm just saying, like, in general.
In general.
From all the Zelda games, I never really cared for the Master Sword. It is cool, But
I thought it was so
it's
cool.
like
Wind Waker, when you first get it and it's all like closed up, I was like, oh, it looks different. I like this. Like it's a new Zelda, new sword. Like I thought that was cool. And then it opened up. I was like, oh.
yeah,
my
no,
God.
it's a cool sword. Like it's iconic, and I love it for it being the Master Sword. But just me personally, if it weren't a Zelda game and I saw that sword, I'd be like, what is this? It's a purple handle.
Yeah, is it purple? I always thought it was blue.
It's purple.
That's shit. My whole life.
Yeah, Tyler's colorblind if you guys don't know.
Oh yeah, if you guys didn't know, I'm colorblind. I
Yeah.
could have sworn Master Sword had a blue handle.
No, it's
What the
purple.
fuck? It's a purple-handed
Exactly,
sword.
that's what I'm saying.
Wow, you just blew my mind right now. The blue I get, but purple? Wow, okay.
Yeah, well, anyway, yeah, but I don't mind that it's a sword that breaks, but it stays in your inventory because then it gives you time to use the other stuff in your inventory.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of cool. Like, but
Another thing they could have done was, since Master Sword has double damage against like guardians and shit that Ganon controls.
I heard it becomes indestructible, right?
No, it does not become indestructible.
Really? That's what I heard. I heard it like once it's close near Ganon's, like.
I don't know, maybe actually, because it does glow.
Yeah,
which
when
is
it
kinda cool.
when it glows, from what I've read, when it glows near Ganondorf's like army, it means it's indestructible.
I don't know about that.
And
But
it does.
all I know is that it gets
That's
double
cool.
damage against anything that
Be
like
better if it just
when it
indestructible all the
glows.
time.
But they could have done that for like fucking every other weapon, like from the tribes. Like, oh, Zora's weapon gets double damage against Listolfos,
Yeah.
and then
Listolfos.
fucking
Stuff else.
the Goron Masher gets double damage against Moblins. I don't know,
Yeah,
something
some,
like that.
some unique, some different.
I guess what I'm
Yeah.
trying to get at is like I can't really talk crap about that just because
Yeah,
that
that
is
that far.
no that's something that is distinctive of that game.
Yeah.
Breaking weapons, like that's cool. Like that's something you could say Breath of the Wild is cool for because you break all the
Dude,
weapons.
that's the main reason everyone hates it.
But I'm saying that's cool.
That's
Like
the
that's
only
different.
thing that nobody likes.
No,
Most
dude,
people I
absolutely.
know right now, though, are pretty much done with the game. I'm not saying they've beaten it. I'm saying they're done.
I
There's
did
more to
beat
do.
Oh really? I definitely
Say
do want to
over it.
play it once hard mode comes out. I think it'll be kind of funner,
No, I'd still play it.
more fun.
Honestly,
Have you
like,
beaten it?
Yeah, I've beaten it already.
Do you
I
still
beat
play just to
Ganon. I got
collect
all the
everything?
memories. The only thing I'm missing are the rest of the towers and Korok seats.
I just don't get it.
Well,
I just don't get the
actually,
stuff.
some
What's the
side
point
quests too. But
No
Okay.
questing, no anything, no.
The question is, how long or short is the game if you choose not to 100% complete it? Like,
dude, you can beat it in like an hour.
see,
or
Less than an
less.
hour,
I mean,
It's pretty insane because I was watching some speedruns. They beat it in like 40 something minutes, and the strategies they use are insane.
yeah,
like
it's
I
pretty
get
awesome.
that you can do it. Like I know they wanted the selling point was you could do whatever whenever if you want. You could go straight to end or from finish to end. Ta-da! Like coolest thing ever. We're not forcing you to do anything. But at the same time, are they saying like we actually don't have like if you space it out, is there enough to fulfill everything? Or
Oh yeah, like there's a lot that you can do in this game. Like
Okay,
It's-
that's what I was curious about because it just seemed like they gave too many shortcuts to where they're like, "This is our selling point. Go try to beat it as fast as you can." And then
Another-
there's just like, "Oh well, what happens when you beat it then? Like it's just done. Like that's it."
another gripe I have about the game, like it's that the side quests aren't very fulfilling. Like when you do a favor for a guy, and like work your ass off just to give him like fucking 55 mushrooms, or if you go out and kill 2 guardians, or if you go out and take a picture of a Lionel, like you don't get anything meaningful.
Satisfaction.
Like you get
That's
you
not
don't
true.
get
You get a sword
items.
that'll break.
no, you don't get items. You straight up don't get items. You get
At all?
rupees, which is stupid.
Are
like-
rubies hard to come by in the game?
no,
Oh, what the fuck?
Okay, what are the
What's the
rubies
fucking
used
point
for
then?
then?
huh?
What are the rubies used for?
Well, you
For buying
could.
weapons that'll break.
Yeah, well, no, you can straight up buy like armor and shit like that. But like, there are so many ways to get rupees that it's not even a problem.
But okay, so then the balance of the system would
Why
be
make an
our-
RPG game if it's missing all the best qualities of an RPG?
Like,
True. Very
if
true.
And then
anything,
write
I,
songs about it.
no, I would honestly not have a problem with side quests in that game if it weren't so like, if the rewards weren't so lackluster. Other than that, the side quests for the stories, like they're good, they're funny. Like some of them are like pretty legit. Like there's this one There's a side quest story arc where it's like you get your house, you build up that house, and then you build up a village. Like
That's cool.
which is pretty insane. Like
Yeah, that's pretty
out of that, you know what I got? I got like 3 new shops that I could purchase from. I got like my own house that I can store weapons in,
Ta-da,
which is
here's
pretty
some
neat.
rubies. Go spend them. Your new shops.
No. Like more quests like that would be amazing.
Yeah, true.
Like I want to unlock shit, not just kill 2 guardians, get 50 rupees. You know?
No. That makes sense. That's
The
actually a
best
good
thing
point.
about Elder Scrolls game was specifically Morrowind and Oblivion. It made me care about people because it had the personality meter thing, whatever.
Yeah.
So when I did a
remember
quest for a shopkeeper and he's like, oh, and like he really liked me, like, hey, how you doing today? Oh, cool. It's like 80 out of 100. I'd be in a different town and be like, oh, I should go and take this stuff to my shopkeeper and sell it to him because he'll get more money. Yeah, and I'd go over there and ask him the rumors and he'll give me a tip because he likes me more. And like, yeah, cool.
You have your
like
people you like. You
and then if those people die, you're fucking heartbroken. Like, oh shit, what the fuck do I do now?
That's why Oblivion was so great. Yeah. Well, anyway,
Morrowind didn't have, or Morrowind had that, Skyrim didn't, which is super lacking. I didn't give a shit about anyone in Skyrim.
yeah, Skyrim was just. We'll talk about that next time because I could go off about Skyrim, the difference between Skyrim and Oblivion, but
Yeah, I love the gameplay and the game in general. It's like it's all me. It's got fucking axes.
Yeah.
It's got werewolves. I'm all about that shit. But
Yeah.
it didn't have the heart.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, let's wrap it up because we're already heading over the time.
That shit.
But anyway, yeah, back to the videos. We'll definitely release more videos with better quality mics, and we should release those by the end of the week. So,
Yeah, we'll get you more shit out.
yeah, stay tuned for that.
Not to mention, we also have Guardians of the Galaxy come out. Maybe we can do a little post like
Oh,
we
yeah.
did, similar to
Oh yeah, I'm down for that. I'll
Your
be
Name.
gone
That'd
though.
be
I'll
kinda
be in Oregon.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah,
That's cool.
that's right.
I'll come
But-
back. I'll come back.
we can do like a little review thing on how the universe is going, or how the whole expansion
Marvel
of the
universe is going.
Marvel universe.
Dude, I
and
got some shit to say
the
about the new
Guardians.
Spider-Man. Oh my God. That's gonna be a
Anyways,
whole other bag of
so-
cats.
Well, thanks for watching.
I'm done. All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye.